Hey guys, and welcome back to my City Builders channel here on YouTube. I'm Ben, and today I'm back again in my city of Springdale, a city skyline city with the Snowfall DLC that I'm using here. And in case you followed my previous episode, I was finally able to move all this farmland and my well, like city supplies from this area down here up to this part of town, which was actually my initial goal. Um, how I wanted to set things up, and yeah, actually, it worked out really, really nicely. Um, in case you haven't watched my previous episode, I'd be really happy if you consider subscribing to my channel, as this might help you finding the relevant information or getting notified as soon as a new video is published on my channel. Um, so initially, these now three farms, as you can see, we have three main buildings. Those three farms have actually been two farms before because I haven't separated the crops farms from the fruit farm, but I already separated the livestock farm from the crop and fruit farm. So currently, I think I have a level 5 farm here, level 3 or 4 maybe here, and a level 3 or 4 maybe here. And after that, I also included my warm water supplies here, two snow plowy things, the wastewater management, and new water towers to be safe for the near future of my town. And well, this whole district, I think it turned out really, really nicely. It's absolutely huge. You can see the big farms here with the what is it called? It's like um hmm, actually I don't know. It's not a crop field, but it's a greenhouse. Exactly. So we have level 5, level 3 at the moment. But I'm very close to actually reach the um the level 4 mark here. I'm very close here. I think here I'm just waiting for enough resource units to be produced. So that's totally fine. And I know last episode, or I remember last episode, I've been talking about adding in maybe some kind of university over here because I realized when I put down some high tech industry offices over here that all of those are basically missing the appropriate workforce. And that's, I think, this is coming from the fact that I'm having a small university here, but probably not yet enough students that would be able to work in one of these offices. So I think on the one hand, more residential zones would be really, really good and very helpful. And on the other hand, um, yeah, maybe a huge university would be nice over here. But for my city to expand and to grow bigger, there is something I haven't done yet. And this is a bit, yeah, maybe something I'm a bit ashamed of, to be honest. I haven't forgotten about it. I just um, did not put in enough efforts um, into getting it done so far. And yeah, I think now it's the right time to include the first public transportation, except for the train thingy here, to my town. And I actually think about adding a biofuel bus depot over here for the moment. And I also want to make sure that I'm upgrading some of the roads over here, as those might be helpful, to be honest, with getting my buses for the various different bus lines on the road. And I think, what what is this here? Yeah, this is, I'm just using the anarchy mod right now because I know I would have to move my buildings, which is something I don't want to do for the moment, as it's not really necessary, as these roads still fit in nicely, or would fit in nicely. Yeah, and coming from there, I think I'd be able to put in some bus lines now, which is something that I'll quickly do and fast forward things for you so that you don't have to wait. So it's basically just about putting down a few different bus routes across town. So please stay tuned, and I'll be back in a second. So now I laid out the initial, just curious, 5 bus lines in my town, and think I'll let the game run now for a little bit, because as you can see, those buses are already lining up and heading out onto their respective routes through my city. Now I'm curious whether that's working as planned. So they are already separating themselves to their respective start points. So that's looking good. There are a few buses ahead of everything. So I think those are all buses that are about to leave. So as I can see it, yeah, there are just a couple of residents and a few tourists. Um, using the buses, but I think those numbers will soon rise. Oof, I'm losing all these businesses, those big offices. Yeah, that's something. It's really unfortunate. It was maybe just too soon to get some workers into these buildings. Um, but that'll grow in a little while for sure. So I think for now I have one passenger train station. I have another one over here, and probably, or not only probably, I think I should add in. Yeah, maybe that's something I'm doing at a later stage actually. So now I'm just changing the time of day again so that you can see things a bit more easily. So those buses are turning around, 7 passengers are on board. Let's see, already 416 residents are using the buses. Yeah, that's nice. That's totally nice. A couple of people already waiting there. So I'm not should I add in more vehicles? Probably. Okay, so that's fine. That's totally fine. How many buses can this one hold? Oh, 44 buses are in use in my town. Perfect, perfect. This is working out nicely. Um, so the next thing I'm considering to do is actually to disallow parking in all those areas where it's not needed. But before that, I'm upgrading, and this is probably something some of my citizens won't like or really like here. Upgrading this road and this road and that road to a much bigger road, as I'm very sure that this is needed very, very soon. I'm just wondering whether. Oh, okay, that was removed actually. That builds a bridge. Nice. Connected. So, not very nice of me to do things like that, but um, as you might be able to imagine, um, this is a step that's absolutely necessary, especially when I want to keep my city like growable for the near future. And then I should start disallowing parking on these roads, as that only causes probably some trouble in the near future. At least on the main roads where parking is definitely not necessary. No parking, no parking. no parking. At least those bigger roads is something that I want to keep free for the upcoming traffic and the needs of the businesses and the offices and the citizens, because that helps me improve my traffic situation already by a lot, I think. For the near future, this is only positive. No parking next to roundabouts, please, guys. Not That's not possible in my town. I'm sorry. I'm not permitting that. So, well, going down this route, following that street here, here. No parking over there as well, please. So that's kind of sorted out. And this is something that's currently missing. That's missing. This is missing. So you may park in the side roads if you want to, of course, but not in the main roads or not in those bigger roads. Actually, I don't like that to happen. Fine. So I think I haven't missed anything. Hopefully. Yeah, I disallowed parking here, here. There is another huge road that shouldn't allow parking in that area because this is already packed a lot by all the outgoing traffic from my farmland and transport hub. So there are a lot of things going on at the moment. And yeah, I think I'm laying out, or I should lay out, a couple more like residential zones for my citizens, as this will make it easier for them to move into town, find new homes, and also help me expand this city by a lot. And well, this would be a nice one to put down. It's a regular footpath here. That looks way better than it did. And now I think I can start putting in some more residential zones over there in a little while. Those can grow, those should grow, and there we are going to have some new roads. Those are sometimes way too many intersections, but actually nothing that I can really change about that. So I'm using the anarchy mod right now just to be able to put things down here properly. And yeah, maybe I'm using this bigger road here again for connecting that part and this part here. And I'll upgrade this one. And then I think I can have a few more people moving in here very, very soon. So that's looking nice. Oops. That didn't look that wonderful. So I'm just changing this part here and connecting this little part here with my footpath actually, just to make sure that people can use that connection as well. And now I can put in a couple more high-rise residential buildings into my town. So I should not forget to put down a few like schools um over here as well. So I need some excuse me. Um yeah, some of these here. Yeah, probably one here. And then yeah, that's fine. That's working well. Also some healthcare over here. And over there, at least for the moment. Then I'm letting things grow. Maybe it's something I'm just going to check in between. No, not yet, but I almost reached the next level of a capital city, which would be really nice to reach soon. Probably already in this episode. Things are waking up properly for me here. So slowly, bigger buildings are coming into town. More citizens and more residents are living here. Just wondering why that happened or when this actually happened. Because sometimes the game doesn't use all squares for this type of buildings. So that's looking good. People are moving right into town. And well, as a next step to make sure that I'm not forgetting about this highway connection down here, I will quickly add in that highway just to make sure that I can plan out and lay out this part of town accordingly and properly to the respective surroundings that I'm currently having here. So there's some high rise already came back. You're still missing workers. And I'm thinking about adding in one vacation like park area in that part of the mountain. Or maybe here. No, I think up here would be even nicer because it's closer to the um to my residential zones, and that's something that's definitely or that will be good for my city and my citizens. So I'm just thinking about leveling this a little bit up to what I've had so far. Oh, you're right in the center of the road. No good. You're okay. Yeah, I think you are okay here. Just wondering. So I'm able to raise that a little bit. And this one here as well. Just to give the roads below that a little bit more space that can actually be used. And then I'm just checking in on my park thing here without using the. Well, bah. No, 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 no. Huge mistake here. Very huge mistake here. Oh, oh, oh. So let me see. Income 2,800. Expenses are very, very low. And I think the income of Hamilton Hill, yeah, this is way more actually. Okay. So that's fine. Um so in the next part I'm extending this highway for now, and I'll make sure that I'll speed things up for you again, and I hope you stay tuned. Thanks a lot, and see you in a couple of minutes. So, having finished this new highway layout to that area down there, um, I still unfortunately realized that I still can't connect it here. But that's something that will be fine very, very soon. I think maybe already in one of the next episodes here on me playing Cities Skylines Snowfall DLC. But for now, well, I'm really happy with the existing layout. Um, something yeah, people are already using these highway connections, so that's absolutely looking fine. And yeah, I think for now, I quickly want to thank you for joining me again today in this episode of me, Ben, playing City Skylines. This was episode 14. And in case you haven't subscribed yet, I would be really happy if you did so. Please leave me a like or a comment with your questions or recommendations down below. I'm happy to answer all of these as soon as I can. And yeah, thanks again for joining me today. Stay safe and have a good one. Bye bye.